Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Global News reports that Montreal area MP and prominent climate activist Stephen Guilbeault announced his intention to quit the Liberal Party and resign his seat in the House of Commons later this summer. Prime Minister Mark Carney responded to the news, wishing Guilbeault all the best for his future career endeavors. Carney noted that things change in everyone's careers, including those in politics and journalism. He expressed gratitude for Guilbeault's contributions to his Montreal riding and the party, highlighting their close collaboration during Carney's time as UN Special Representative on Climate Action and Finance. Guilbeault's political future had been uncertain since his departure from Carney's cabinet, a decision made in protest over a pipeline deal with Alberta that could facilitate a new oil pipeline to the West Coast. Guilbeault is expected to address the Liberal caucus Wednesday morning, with close associates anticipating a full withdrawal from politics. Newswire.ca reports that Quebec's ombudsperson Marc-André Dowd has released findings from an investigation into the management of complex cases within the province's detention facilities. The report highlights a concerning trend where vulnerable inmates, including those with intellectual disabilities, schizophrenia, substance abuse issues, or homelessness, are subjected to primarily coercive measures. These measures, such as prolonged solitary confinement, are often inappropriate for individuals exhibiting complex behavioral responses and can exacerbate their conditions, leading to human rights violations. Despite the Ministère de la Sécurité Intérieure, MSI, having a model for managing such cases since 2020, the investigation found that its implementation is lacking, with the safety-first approach remaining prevalent and often dehumanizing. The Protecteur du citoyen advocates for a more humane approach, urging a balance between safety and psychosocial interventions. 17 recommendations have been made to the MSI to improve the practical implementation of their model and establish a structured intervention framework, aiming to create more humane correctional settings for all inmates and staff. Newswire.ca reports that Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has announced a major new defense partnership, initiating negotiations to procure Saab's GlobalEye Airborne Early Warning and Control (AEW&C) aircraft platform. This initiative is a cornerstone of Canada's new efforts to transform defense procurement and bolster its defense industrial base. The GlobalEye, which utilizes the Canadian-made Bombardier Global 65,000 jet, is projected to create 3,000 jobs in Canada's aerospace and defense sector, with at least 40 aircraft, including orders from allies to be manufactured domestically over the next 15 years. This advanced surveillance aircraft will significantly enhance North American security, particularly in detecting and deterring threats across the Arctic. The announcement, made at the CanSec trade show, follows Canada's investment of over $65 billion in defense and security over the past year, bringing its defense spending to 2% of GDP for the first time since the fall of the Berlin Wall. The government also unveiled a modernized industrial and technological benefits policy, a strategic partnership framework, a defense concierge service for businesses, and the upcoming Defense Advisory Forum to streamline procurement and foster innovation. These measures aim to build a strong, resilient defense industry, support allies, and ensure Canada is prepared for future global challenges. BMO Financial Group reported a significant increase in its second quarter profit and raised its quarterly dividend, according to the Canadian press. The bank's profit for the quarter ended April 30 reached $2.63 billion, or 353 cents per diluted share, marking a more than 30% rise from $1.96 billion, or 2.5 tras per diluted share, reported a year ago. Following these strong results, BMO announced an increase in its quarterly dividend to $1.71 per share, up from $1.67. Total revenue for the quarter rose to $9.57 billion from $8.68 billion, while the provision for credit losses decreased to $739 million from $1.05 billion. On an adjusted basis, BMO's diluted earnings per share were $3.67, surpassing the $345 per share anticipated by analysts. CEO Darrell White attributed this performance to robust fee revenue across capital markets, wealth management and treasury and payments, along with solid commercial banking loan growth in Canada and the United States. Lululemon Athletica Inc. has successfully concluded an agreement with its founder, Chip Wilson, who has been actively advocating for changes to the company's board since last year. Under the terms of the deal, two of Wilson's three proposed nominees, former ESPN Chief Marketing Officer Laura Gentile and former On-Co CEO Mark Maurer, will be appointed to Lululemon's board. Wilson expressed satisfaction that these new directors and recent strategic adjustments by the company signify substantial progress toward reinstating its original product-focused vision and enhancing shareholder value. As part of the agreement, Lululemon and Wilson will make a donation to support athletics, art, and landscaping at Kisilano Beach in Vancouver, where the company was founded, in lieu of expense reimbursement. This resolution brings an end to a dispute that began last year, driven by Wilson's efforts to boost the retailer's stock performance and competitive standing. Wilson, who departed Lululemon's board in 2015, still retains an 8.7% ownership stake in the company. This report is from the Canadian Press. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.